Okay, so today on the Bench of Healing, I've got a couple pairs of boots that I want to talk about. I have a pair of JK Superduties over here with the bison leather, and over here we have the Vibram Contractor 151X, which is a CSA certified hand-built boot from Viberg, which is out in Victoria, Canada. Um, so, a couple things I want to talk about with these boots. The first being the fit and finish. I've been shocked at the quality of both of these boots, but I do have to say the stitching on these Vibergs is really something special. The way these things have been put together is really impressive. Just with the tightness of all the stitching through all the counter and through the vamp, and even the stitching along here for the stitch down is just done to a really, really high quality. I think it's a lot tighter than what you see here on the JKs. Not that these aren't extremely well made boots as well. These both are, boots of the highest quality. But I gotta say, I gotta hand it to these Viberg guys. They've really, really got that fit and finish down. Even with the straightness of the way their eyelets go in is just beautiful. Whereas on these JKs, you can sort of see some of them are a little farther out of center than others. But these Vibergs really are impressive when it comes to the fit and finish. What else did we want to talk about here? The durability of these boots. I wish these Vibergs, they have a bump toe option, which they didn't have in my size, unfortunately. So I had to go with the plain toe option. I really wish they had a rough out option like these JKs do. This rough out leather just wears so much better. Like, you can see with these Vibergs, I've only worn these on the job site one day, and you can already see there's some damage going on in the toe there. I mean, it's nothing crazy, nothing to complain too much about, but I mean, that's one day of wear. Whereas these, I haven't been able to wear these on a job site because these are a soft toe boot as opposed to a steel toe boot. But these are, over a year old, and there's no wear on that toe at all. So I really wish that Viberg had that rough out option. Um, as far as the durability is concerned, they're both that 270 stitch down construction. They're both stitched, nailed, glued, and these JKs are even screwed in as well, and they're double stitched all the way around, which is just a little extra piece of quality. I wouldn't be worried about the single stitch. That doesn't bother me. I think when JK does their rebuilds, they only do a single stitch just to help save some of that material. Um, but as far as these two boots go, this one is a lot newer. I got this because I needed the CSA specification because I'm a Canadian, and unfortunately, to work on a job site in Canada, you need that little green patch, or your boots are no good. So that was very important to me. That's actually the entire reason I ended up buying these Vibergs. Um, a couple other things to compare and contrast here. I like that the Viberg does 5 loops and then four eyelets, or sorry, five eyelets and then 4 speed hooks. I find this is a little faster to get on and off if you're taking your boots on and off all the time. Whereas these, they do 4 eyelets and then they have 7 speed hooks, so it takes some time to get these on and off. Not that these are the kind of boots you're going to be taking on and off all the time. You generally put these on at the start of the day, and then they're on your feet until you're ready to go home. Um, but I do like this layout a little bit better. Also, this is a 9-inch boot, whereas the Super Duty is a 10-inch boot. So this is just a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker to get on and off, if that's something you're going to be concerned about. Um, Another thing to talk about would be this tongue leather. I gotta say, this bison leather is just incredible. It's so thick, but it's not stiff. It's strong, and this tongue leather that these JK boots use, I really prefer this tongue leather. It's a great leather for the way it's pebbled like that. Just makes it so much easier to turn over. It's comfortable. It's soft. It's supple. Whereas when I first got these Vibergs, this tongue was a little bit stiffer. It's starting to fold into place pretty nicely there now, but as you can see, these are much newer boots. They're just starting to get worn in now. What else can we talk about here? I guess that's pretty much it. As far as it goes, I just want to say these JKs, if they had a CSA certification, I would have went with a second pair of these. Um, but unfortunately, the only way to get a real nice handmade boot like this with a CSA certification is to go with one of these Vibergs. Which again, I can't complain too much. I wish these had a single E sizing option. This is a double E, which is a little bit wide for me, but it's not too big of a deal. Whereas these JKs, they're in the single E, and these just fit absolutely perfectly. These are just like a glove. So again, if I could get these with a CSA certification, I would have. However, that's not an option, so I had to go with these Vibergs. I'm very happy with them, but I do wish they had that rough out option on the toe, and maybe some different leather options. This bison leather really is something special. If you're on the fence about spending the extra $75 looking at a set of JKs, and spending the extra $75 humming and hawing whether it's worth it or not to get the bison leather, it's 100% worth it. That is the best leather I've ever had in a work boot. The way it breaks in so quickly, so comfortably. It's strong and thick, but it's soft and supple at the same time. It's not stiff like this conventional cowhide leather is. But yeah, just some food for thought. I thought it's a little bit tough to find information on these. Viberg doesn't really do a lot of social media or anything like that, and they've really sort of started to focus on more dress boots in the last couple of years. So it's a little tough to find the information on these, but these are both rebuildable boots, both resolable boots, and both built to the highest quality. If I had to choose one of these boots that I was going to go with for the rest of my life, I'd probably go with these JKs just because that bison leather is so impressive, and that you have the option for this rough out lower. It really makes a big difference. But yeah, just my thoughts on these boots. I hope you enjoyed.